And welcome back to this week's edition of the Steel Report. Time now for Panthers on Parade, a great partnership between Cedar Falls Tourism and the University of Northern Iowa as some of our local artists create their versions of UNI Panther mascot TC at 27 different locations across Cedar Falls and Waterloo.
Panthers on Parade came out of the idea of our other university towns in Iowa putting their mascots out on parade and doing the statues around the community. So we wanted to celebrate the University of Northern Iowa and really have our TC celebrated and UNI celebrated across the Cedar Valley. The response from the community has been really wonderful and overwhelming. People are excited. They've been out all throughout the first weekend of Panthers on Parade, visiting them, we have an app, a map, and a booklet. It's fun for families to go out and explore them all. There's 27 around the community, so it's really a great weekend project, or you can, spread it over several weeks if you'd like.
Hello and welcome. We're really excited to showcase Panthers on Parade to you.
So we kicked off Panthers on Parade with a really fun reception with our sponsors and artists. We're so thankful for their help in making this project come to life.
Thank you for celebrating both the University of Northern Iowa and the city of Cedar Falls with this incredible project. To our artists in particular, thank you for helping beautify our community through this really cool project that showcases both the city and our university. I also really want to thank our sponsors. I don't want to. Sponsors, thank you for sponsoring this event and sponsoring these wonderful Panthers on Parade. None of this would happen without you coming together and working with the university, working with these artists, working with the city to put this together. Really is a community event, and it takes great businesses, great sponsors, people willing to step up and say, I want to make a difference in this community, help beautify it, help bring people to our community. And I think this is one of those things that is going to get some attention, and some people are going to want to come and just see the statues.
So thank you to UNI for being such a partner in the community. We've talked a lot, since coming on about that importance of that relationship. In the past, we always haven't had that close relationship. We've always recognized that we are mutually beneficial. We have to have each other, but actually leaning into and working with each other on a proactive basis, projects like this. Again, you thank the sponsors. Think if we've got 27 statues, if I remember right, at $5,000 a piece, that's over $100,000 as this community put into making these projects happen.
So we went out, and our goal was to get 25 sponsors, so we exceeded our goal, and the sponsors, really those funds helped pay our artists. We had 20 different artists, so some of them did multiple TCs, but they used those funds to embellish and really make these mascots look fantastic. And so we're thrilled to put their artwork on display and showcase the creativity that we have here in Cedar Falls and the Cedar Valley. Our sponsors each paid $5,500, and that helped pay the artists, pay for the actual fiberglass statue, the base, all the marketing we're doing around the event. So really it helped make this program happen. So the Cedar Falls Tourism Office is putting on this program. We're taking all those sponsorship dollars. Those dollars actually are going right back out into the community to make the program happen. It's not something we're profiting from. We're just using it to market Cedar Falls and market this Panthers on Parade program.
To come out and see these statues of TC, we have 27 that have been put together, and see what the artists have done and working with the sponsors in Cedar Falls and Waterloo to create such wonderful tributes to the University of Northern Iowa. It's great to celebrate this partnership between the city of Cedar Falls, the businesses, and the University of Northern Iowa. I think it really started several years ago when Michael Hager, our Vice President for Finance and Operations, purchased the first TC statue for the bookstore. People saw it, and we started to think about, people around the community started to think about, it'd be cool to have them around the community. And so the idea kind of got launched out of that ultimately, and then they pulled together, and the businesses stepped up, especially Cedar Falls Tourism stepped up, the city of Cedar Falls, and said, we should do this. How can we make it happen? And so everybody came together to get these 27 wonderful statues put together, which will be a highlight of the community. So one of the things that is the coolest is that its local artists have an opportunity to put their art on display in a very unique way, right? Not everybody gets a canvas that looks like a giant panther. And to do something creative with that allows each of these artists to really stand out and get their art showcased in our community. And I was talking to one of the artists and from doing this project where they were working, 2 times a day, every day, they've now developed that into their habit, and they're doing their art continually instead of on a more irregular basis. So it's helped our art community really flourish. It'll bring a lot of attention to the art community of the entire Cedar Valley. All of them have jumped out in one way or another. I really appreciated the statue for UNI volleyball with number 8, celebrating Bobby Peterson and her daughters that wore that number as well. Just an icon in our community and the things she's done to raise up the University of Northern Iowa and our volleyball program. But every one of these, I like the one from the Seufer family where it's a takeoff on Ronald McDonald and things. But every one of these has a real unique piece to it. And I can't wait to have the city react to this, the community react to it, and visitors to our community as they engage with the various TCs. To see people coming out reacting to what the artists have done, to dress these statues up and celebrate our community and celebrate the connections that we have in this community between our art community, our city, and the University of Northern Iowa and our many businesses that sponsored this event.
The University of Northern Iowa was obviously our key piece in making Panthers on Parade happen. They were thrilled to partner with us, gave us a license agreement, really have been working hard right alongside us to get everything done and approved. And now that we're in the role of promoting it, they're a huge help in that way too, getting alumni and students and prospective families thinking about UNI to engage with the program. Starting now, you can go to see all the 27 TCs throughout the summer, into the fall, through homecoming at the end of October. And then we'll, at PanthersOnParade.com, continue to update that if any of the locations change or the Panthers move inside for the winter.
Most of the Panthers on Parade sites do have a QR code. You can just scan that code to learn more about the local artists, their Panthers in all 27 locations, or you can just go to PanthersOnParade.com, and on that webpage you'll find a wealth of information on all of the 27 Panthers on Parade. Plus, Jennifer says Cedar Falls tourism is ready for a very busy summer.
Yeah, May is the start of our summer tourism season. It's a great time throughout these warm months to go visit our trails, our water trails. We even have the new river recreation project coming to downtown Cedar Falls. It's just a wonderful way to get outside, engage with the community. It's a really fun reason for people to come here and visit, whether you like to bike or just walk or enjoy our nature and birds. So there's just a lot to do here recreation-wise.
Again, thanks to Jennifer for her insight into Panthers on Parade as Cedar Falls tourism gears up for a huge summer of activities. And coming up next, the sights and sounds of this year's annual Dubuque Area Heart Walk.